Okay, it's 6:30 p.m. Call to order the January 22nd, 2024 meeting of the Merrimack Conservation Commission. We have a few members out today, so Tom, will you sit in as a voting member?
I will.
Okay. So no public hearings here today, so we can head into new business. That would be Keith Curran or there. So you can take a seat up there. So first order of new business, Keith Curran and Gleason Co. LLC owners review for recommendation to the planning board regarding a site plan to construct a 7,650 square foot manufacturing building with associated office space and other associated site improvements. The parcel is located on 63 Turbine Way in the I-1 Industrial Aquifer Conservation Elderly Housing Overlay and Town Center Districts, Tax Map 5D-1, Lot 5. Could you make sure your mic is on? Green light. Okay.
And Mr. Curran, is your name spelled correctly? Your
Oh, yeah, so, yeah.
I always read it again, just to make sure.
Yeah,
Now-
there you go.
all right. Okay. Now it's more green. Sorry about that. All right. It is on. Thank you. Good evening. Again, Keith Curran with Bola Engineering. I'm here for Gleason Company. Basically, they, just so you know what they do, they've been actually in town for, I think he said actually 20 years. Ward Gleason and then Ward Jr., the main owners. But basically, they're on Turbine Way now, and they actually lease space out of that building there at the end. And they have actually some warehouses down there. They subdivided a while ago and bought off that piece at the end that they're looking to develop. So what they're looking to do is add an 8,500 square foot building. The warehouse slash light manufacturing would be 6,000 square feet, and then the office space up front would be 2,500 square feet. Again, what they do is basically they take stone. They're basically stonework. So they actually are not. There's no retail out of that site anywhere in this building or their other building. They basically work for high-end companies, hotels, so forth in Boston, and just do stonework basically. So my understanding is, or limited understanding I should say, but is within here it's mostly automated. So all of the polishing, curing, if that's correct, of the stonework, all that actually is mostly automated. So there's not actually many employees there. So they're just looking to, do more work, right? Be able to produce more, polished stone and so forth. So that's the reason why they're looking to do this. They've been looking to do it for a while. They're finally just getting going. So as part of the plan set, I submitted an existing condition plan, the site plans, which also have been submitted to the planning board. We'll be sitting with the planning board for their hearing on February 20th. Just so you know, back in December, might have been the first week in December, we actually just had a preliminary meeting with them just to kind of go through what we're looking to do, get their feel and make sure that there was no big issues or concerns. So we heard what they said and we produced this plan. So important to note is, just there's only 9 parking spaces provided, which is more than enough. We just did the front. What you want to know is we are in the shoreline protection zone, so we have not submitted yet to the NHDAS. We're going to submit probably in a week or two. We wanted to have that preliminary meeting with the planning board. They've also since we submitted formally the plans back a while ago, they've submitted comments. So we have the DPW comments, police department comments, the water supply company, Merrimack, I forget who the name of their comments. We're supposed to be getting the fire department comments tomorrow. And we have the peer review comments already. So what we're going to do is wanted to see what you guys had to say, address any comments or concerns you have, address all those comments. We're going to submit them by next Tuesday, so therefore they have plenty of time to review and basically hopefully get approved. That's the idea on that February 20th date. So again, we're in front of you because we're in the Aquifer Protection Overlay. On to the south, plan south, which would be actually east, is the Merrimack River, and that's why we're within the shoreline. So I can flip later, but basically there's the 50-foot waterfront zone, there's the 150-foot woodland, and then the 250 shoreland. So all those are shown on the plans. Important to note is we're not doing anything at all within the 50-foot. As I said, it's already existingly developed way back 40 years ago. Again, this is my understanding from talking to the client that there was maybe a concrete pipe manufacturer there. long story, there's no buildings left, but there's a lot of impervious area already there. There's bituminous, there's concrete slabs, and there's also a lot of gravel drives. So we're looking to do the limited amount of impact, right? So we're not touching anything within the 50-foot setback from the river, and actually we are basically not adding any impervious. So even though we're adding the building, which sits actually on basically on the existing concrete slab, we're adding some impervious for that to continue that drive for the parking lot. But to note, again, this just made a decision last week. We were showing porous pavement. Talked with a client yesterday, actually not yesterday, today's Monday, Thursday last week. Based on the comments that we got back from the planning board, he no longer wants to do that. I suggested not to do that, but he didn't listen. So we now are not doing that. And we're going to remove some more impervious asphalt on the site. And I can point to it. So again, to make sure that we're not adding any impervious. So we're doing that for two things. One, because we want to limit the impacts. Two, just to make sure that, again, there's no issue with our permitting through the NHDS shoreline protection. So the idea is the access coming in, they're keeping it. There's existing drive there now. We're going to add some pavement to get basically to the way the building's going. And they're not doing anything else. So that's the only asphalt we're adding. These gravel out there now that they actually already use this space a little bit for like kind of yard. Trucks, WB67s can get in and out. We're not changing any of their access to that. And just so you know, for utilities wise for this building, there's already water and sewer out there for the old building that was there. We're utilizing that. So we're going to be tying into that sewer. There's an existing manhole, and then also connecting off the existing water main that's there. Let's see here if I missed anything. I think I covered all of it. The other thing to note, the plans I submitted also have an erosion control plan. So we're going to make sure, obviously, that contractor has to install that. And we know also that from the comments from the planning board, they're going to require a stormwater management plan. So they're going to require them to be installed, maintained, and looks like they're going to require reports to be submitted to them. So I'm not sure if you are thinking the same thing, just to make sure that obviously during construction that not only that the erosion controls were implemented properly, but also are maintained and inspected after the rainfall events as stipulated by the town. Just to note, we're not proposing any additional stormwater controls, like we're not doing any catch basins, piping, stormwater, detention, infiltration. Again, the purpose, there's none out there now. There's a couple of dry wells. We're leaving them except for the one we're covering. And like I said, we're not adding any impervious area.
So can I clarify something you said earlier?
Sure.
So you're no longer doing the porous pavement.
Correct.
And did you say you're creating some more
Pervious.
permeable or
Pervious, yes. So
pervious
what we're going to
areas?
do is some up plan northwest, which would be the southwest of the site. There's a bunch of asphalt over there. We're actually going to remove that asphalt. So we're going to remove enough asphalt to make sure that we're not adding any impervious. So that it's basically going to offset that porous pavement. Whatever that area was that was shown for porous pavement is now going to be regular pavement, and we're going to remove that amount of existing asphalt off the site. So. And then also just to note, we also have to, after we submit to the shoreline protection, just so you know, we have to submit, we already had communication with them, to the Lower Merrimack LAC.
That was my next question.
Yep. So local advisory committee? Is that what LAC stands for? So I forget who we spoke with already. We already emailed communication. For right now, they just wanted, if they want us to come in front of them, they'll let us know. But they just wanted the exact submission that was sent into NHDES.
And I see that
That's it.
debris is going to be taken off-site.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So any asphalt removed or concrete removed, that will be removed from the site. They're not going to leave that on the site.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, and just to confirm that I got the right date, you go before the planning board February 20th?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, and I saw on the plan, you're gonna be using straw instead of hay. That's a good thing, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's a very good thing.
I always get them mixed up, but yeah, okay, so straw instead of hay.
Seeds bad, straw good.
Yeah. I'm just trying to go over all the basic questions we ask. And is snow storage, is that relevant to this one? Green Snow Pro?
That's right, for anything, you're probably familiar with this from other projects, but we'd like Green Snow Pro contractors to be used for snow removal.
I saw that. Yep.
And is there going to be any trying to think of the right term, planting, I guess replanting?
No. So, all right.
Okay.
So the plan was, because this is kind of tucked away. So we already, when we spoke with the planning board for that preliminary, we noted that we didn't want to do any landscaping, right? And they seemed fine with that, so we're going to request a waiver. But on that note, where we're just removing, where we are going to remove any of that pavement, we will loam and seed.
Okay.
So we'll add that. We'll have a plan added to the plan set when we submit to the planning board showing that.
And will the plan you submit include the seed mixture?
Sure, we can add that. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
We'll put it right on the plan.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Okay, so if no one else has any questions, so I'll go ahead and send a recommendation to the board in the next few days with any concerns that we outlined here. Anything else? I'm trying to remember what Steve says in this situation. Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, and if on your notes, do you want like a official comment response back, and then obviously I'll make sure you guys get the same plans that we're sending to the planning board.
Right.
Sure. Great. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Okay. So that takes us out of new business, and now we have other business, which is Karis has an update on the Conservation Commission Facebook page.
No, it's a social media related topic, but it's not the Facebook page.
Okay.
So one of our subcommittees wants to create a Facebook group as opposed to a page. And I would like to discuss, as the committee in oversight over these subcommittees, should we have any policies in place around social media based on subcommittees? Like, Facebook groups are a lot different than Facebook pages. And we want to make sure everything's managed well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So could I have you explain the distinction? So
Sure. A Facebook page is mostly one directional communication.
like what we have.
Right. So I can post things about what we're doing, and anyone, not me, can comment on the post, but they can't post
Right. I got
themselves. But in a Facebook group, anybody in the group can post, and it requires moderators to be very consistent in deleting inappropriate posts or
Do,
keeping people on topic, managing drama.
do we already have a subcommittee that's doing
No, Sklar has a page, but they don't have a group.
that? Okay.
So as far as I know, there are not
Okay.
currently any groups.
Yeah, I think I remember in our early discussions about starting a page that we specifically said we were not going to get into the complications of moderating a group.
Right. Not interested in that.
So I
But at this point, it's a subcommittee requesting, saying they would like to do this. And my wondering, is this something, do we just let them do that as their own subcommittee, or is it our responsibility to say yes or no?
If it is as I understand it, if it's like like the MCC page, no one can do a group without authorization. If it's any subcommittee's page that's not authorized by us, we can't control it.
Okay, so they're free to create a group, and whatever happens
At
with
arm's
that
length,
group
we
is,
are,
it's their monkey, it's their circus. Okay.
now have you spoken to Nick LaValle? Has he come across this in anything else? The Merrimack Media?
I
Okay.
have not spoken to Nick.
Okay, because he's the one who may have some information on this from his working with other things. But I hear group, and because they're so much harder to wrangle than
Yes.
pages.
Yes. That's my feeling. And maybe it would always be a small group. Probably no, but I don't personally I don't know for something like this, I'm not sure the benefit of a group over a page, but they seem very keen on it.
So you still have to sign up to be a member of the group. It's not
Yes.
immediately open to the general public.
Sure, and they can remove members if they're being inappropriate.
Okay.
It
It's
can
just
be a private group.
just a matter of being a consistent moderator.
Okay.
And if they're up for the challenge, I guess they're
They
up for
just
the challenge.
cannot identify themselves as an official outlet of the Merrimack Conservation Commission or the
Okay.
town of Merrimack.
Okay. Okay, I'll make sure to clarify that with them. That was it for that subject.
And I would just add, I mean, this kind of goes without saying, but if the people who found the group and moderate the group like lose interest, I think it's important to make sure that they, delete the group and if there's no more moderation, everyone who is moderating loses interest.
Yeah, don't leave an orphan
Yeah.
group sitting out there.
Yeah. Okay, so is that it for a social media discussion? Anyone else have any thoughts? Okay. In that case, well, we're done with other business and it's right on to approval of the minutes. Fast meeting tonight.
I move that, actually, I was not present last time, so someone else will want to make a motion to approve the minutes of the January 8th meeting.
I have
You
a
have
fix,
changes.
a slight
Okay.
fix.
So you'll want to make a motion saying,
I'm making a motion to make a fix.
or to approve with the following corrections.
Approve with the following corrections.
Second.
So when talking about social media, it said, this is really
Can I
small.
have page number? Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm sorry.
No,
It said posts. Oh, yeah.
Page 5
thank you. Just let me know page in line so I can.
or
put the minutes.
6.
Page 5.
Okay. Page 5, line 186.
Okay.
It says posts can be scheduled at least 1 month in advance. It should say posts can be scheduled up to 1 month in advance.
At least
To my great
1 month.
disappointment.
So should be up to.
Up to.
Okay.
Any other changes?
I move, I second. Approve with that change.
Mhm. Uh, do we vote?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All in favor to approve the minutes? Okay.
And
All
I'll
opposed?
abstain.
All abstained?
Yep,
Okay.
401, thank you.
That's it then, right?
That completes our minutes, or
Okay.
completes our
Would you like to
agenda.
Do the honors? Would you like to do
Move
the
to ad-
honors? Move
Motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Second. Oh,
Fourth.
okay. All approve? All against? And all abstain. No.
Oh, oh,
Okay, do I have to say something special to adjourn?
we're done.
Okay, great.